everyone, and welcome to This Day. Today is Friday, March 22nd, and I'm your host, Bobby Higgins. I'm so glad to be here. I haven't been here for a few Fridays, so thank you, Michael, for filling in for me. I was actually traveling with my kids for their sports season. We were first in Dallas, and then we were in Nashville, and I have to tell you, yesterday, I was so happy not to be packing, and I'm really happy to be back here today with you all, so thanks for joining us. Coming up on the show today, we have Leslie Gabola with Adapt to It. She brings a demonstration for us to show us how they can provide affordable, quality solutions for all your home health care needs. And then after that, Cole Young joins us with this week's Sports Corner. So great show coming ahead. Now let's take a look at today's Stay Informed. The Moulton Ranch exhibit is still showing in the lobby of the History Center. This exhibit runs until the end of April. Viewing hours are 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Monday through Friday or by appointment. Definitely come check out this piece of local history about what was here before Laguna Woods Village was created. There are some new items from the ranch days that have been provided by the Moulton Family Museum in Laguna Hills, and this is the first of 3 exhibits that will be showing. So make sure you come stop by before the end of April. And now let's take a look outside at the weather today. Quite cloudy or quite foggy this morning, but it'll dissipate. Today we're going to have mostly cloudy skies with a high of 68 and a low of 54. Going into the weekend on Saturday, it will be cooler and mostly cloudy with a 70% chance of rain in the afternoon. On Sunday, there's a 50% chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible after 11 a.m. On Monday, the rain clears out and it'll be mostly sunny. On Tuesday, it'll be sunny to partly cloudy and cool. And now taking a look at your sunrise and sunset, here's a picture from Ben Givens, and this was taken along the Friendship Walk here in Laguna Woods Village. If you would like to have your picture featured here on This Day, we would love to showcase it. So please email us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. And if you have anything Easter that you would like to share, decorations or your grandkids or even pictures at church, anything Easter, we would love to show them since Easter is coming up here shortly. So stay with us because up next we have Adapt to It. But first, let's take a look at today's meetings.
Welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Laguna Woods Dental Care, our goal is to serve and provide dental services to the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is currently specializing in senior dental care from USC Dental School and has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 16 years. At Laguna Woods Dental, our top priority is your overall wellness, ensuring your current medications do not affect your oral health. We offer a convenient plan for $250 a year that includes exam, x-rays, and all types of cleanings are covered. Our office is located right outside of gate number 3. Come book your appointment today.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
Adapt to it, we strive to make the everyday tasks easier by providing our customers with the tools they need to be successful. We carefully explain the use and care of all of our equipment. Adapt to it has been in Laguna Woods for over 20 years, and we know that nothing in life stays constant. So we can help you adapt to all the changes in your life. Adapt to it sells and rents items and always delivers with a smile. Come in today to experience what we mean when we say, when you can't change it, adapt to it.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from Adapt to It is Leslie Gabola. Leslie, so nice to see you once again.
Thank you.
It's been a while. I know you haven't been here in a while.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
Yeah.
I'm always happy to be here. Yeah, we've been around for a ton of time, 21 years. Actually,
Wow.
in July, it'll be 22 years. So it's amazing to be here. The people of Laguna Woods are really cool. You know, we've learned
awesome.
so much from them, and hopefully been able to, you know, help a ton of people and do some really cool things for them. So
Yeah.
Every day is a learning opportunity. When I think I've seen it all, something new walks in the door, or some new issue, you know, for us to solve or whatever comes up. So it keeps us on our toes.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, I'm sure it keeps it from getting boring too. You got to put on your creative cap, right? And
Yes.
Figure out the solution to the problem.
Exactly.
Oh, that's great. So tell me, adapt to it. What's your motto? What's your main goal?
Okay, so our tagline is when you can't change it, adapt to it. And that kind of says it in a nutshell. And our daughter, actually, when she was 11, Bree-Lynn, she's kind of came up with it. And it means, you know, when you have things that are thrown at you and you don't have a choice, what are you going to do? I mean, are you going to adapt to it? Or are you going to, you know, fall? It's like that old story with the egg and the coffee bean. Do you know that story?
No, I do not. Please tell. Do tell.
It's amazing. So it talks about, it's a thing on adversity. And it talks about when you boil an egg, what happens to it. And you put adversity on an egg, it becomes hard and it becomes, you know, hard. So that's one way you can.
And sometimes it cracks.
And sometimes it cracks, and you can put that wall up.
Yeah.
And you can choose to be that way. Or the coffee bean, when you add water to the coffee bean, it becomes this rich, delicious new thing.
Ah.
And so when you're faced with adversity, you have that choice of being something new and learning from the experience and taking a problem. And an old mentor of mine, Bill, always used to say, it's not a problem, it's an opportunity. And so we have to, I think, keep that in mind, and that is really what Adapt to It is about.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for a change. It's an opportunity for learning. It's an opportunity to try something different.
Yeah.
And so sometimes things are not always as they seem in our store, and we take things that are meant for one purpose and use them for another.
Yeah.
And I believe in, you know, the universal thought of everything's related. So I think you can't do the butterfly effect. You can't do one thing without having it affect something else. And so we try to be that positive change, and we try to be that positive influence on people. And I always tell people my absolute favorite thing about being in the store is having somebody come in and they rent a wheelchair.
Okay.
And they go out and they're happy. And then a month later, they come back and they return the wheelchair and they get a walker.
Yeah.
And they're happy, and they come back, and then a month later, they come back and they get a cane.
Right.
And then they come back and they don't need anything. They're walking on their own.
Yeah.
And it is just the most rewarding thing ever.
Absolutely.
It's just the best. And, you know, I have a great staff of people helping me, wonderful people in the store that have the same heart as me. And so it's really kind of a magical place.
Yeah.
I love it.
Your heart, your aura, your presence definitely comes through. You're obviously a very caring person, and
Thank you.
And I'm sure very helpful to people that come into your store.
Thank you.
So tell us, what do we have here today?
Okay, so it's not medical supplies, but it's related, actually, believe it
Okay.
or not. So I have a really pretty picture here, and I have a really pretty glass here. So part of the thing about staying healthy is drinking water, right? But drinking water is hard, and it's hard to get started. And so just like it's hard to use medical equipment, we find ways around that. We name people's walkers with their middle name to keep them with them. So we can put water in a beautiful pitcher,
Yeah.
beautiful vessel, whatever you like, and drink it out of something pretty that's going to make you feel good about doing something good for your body.
Yes.
And that's the importance of water is really underrated because people forget, especially with the warmer weather coming up. Our body uses it through sweat, just through the normal processes of living. We
Yes.
get dehydrated. And so what dehydration does is it leads to dizziness, brain fog, maybe poor judgment, weak muscles because your muscles don't work as well when they're dehydrated, maybe some cramping, things like that. So it can lead to all sorts of things that can lead to falls.
Oh.
And falls are, of course, something we always want to prevent. And couple of the items that we have that are related to water, we have an incontinence delivery supply. So it's called our discreet delivery. You can sign up, call us when you need stuff, and we send it discreetly to your house in brown boxes. Nobody knows what it is. And you can have it as often as you want, as much as you want, by the case. And it's up to you how much you get. And then the other
So it's
thing,
not like you have to buy some big, huge bundle,
Right.
and then you're like, now where do I store this?
Right.
Or maybe I don't need it anymore, and I have this huge thing in my garage.
Exactly. And we don't auto ship. So
Okay.
everybody
That's
calls
nice.
us when they need something.
That's
so
great.
You use what you have and then you get more. So it's really convenient. And that's actually a program. That was our first program that we started at Adapt to It. Our first additional thing that we did. We do a lot of services. We do things like home evaluations. So if you feel like your home is maybe presenting a fall risk, we can come in and give you options about how to fix that.
Oh, wonderful.
And then our discreet delivery program, like I said. And we have also the lift chairs. And we do free delivery to Laguna Woods. We're having a special on our lift chairs this month and for the month of April for Easter. And then the thing about the lift chairs is they help you get up. So they kind of come up like this. So if you're drinking your water like you should be and you have to make it to the bathroom, they're going to help you stand up.
Exactly.
And they
now,
also-
how do they work? Is it a button that you push?
Yes, they're
Okay.
electric.
Okay.
And they also have a bunch of different functions. So we have ones that are just basic that the head and the feet work together. So as the head goes back, the feet come up.
Oh, nice.
And then we have ones that are separate, and then we have ones that tilt. So depending
And look
on
how
your
nice
needs.
they look.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it. Nobody would even know that this is some special chair.
Right.
It just looks like a beautiful piece of furniture that you would normally buy for your house.
Exactly. And that's the thing about it. We have different sizes, so you get them to fit yourself.
Okay.
And they're all medically made. So they're made for 10 to 12-hour sit times versus, say, a lazy boy that's about a 2-hour sit time.
Okay.
So
I had no idea sit times were a thing.
sit times are a thing. And they have springs in the bottom, so they're not going to collapse and get all, have that ditch in them.
Right,
They'll
yes.
come up and they'll pop back up after you get up.
Okay.
And then they also come with heat massage, so we have options.
Okay.
And tons of colors and fabrics. We have colors, all colors of the rainbow. And then the fabrics, we have like a brisa that's a microfiber or a regular fabric or even waterproof fabrics.
So it's almost like buying a car these days. Like, which package would you like on your chair?
Exactly. Exactly. And how much movement do you want in your chair?
Yeah.
So
Oh, how
it's,
nice. What great ways to help, when there's a need, when you have an issue, you have a problem, and you need this need.
Exactly.
So that's great. Well, it's been so nice meeting you, and thank you for
you.
coming in to tell us about the services you provide and
Certainly.
and reintroducing to the neighborhood. I'm sure there's many people who have seen you for so many years.
Yes.
Well, we will see you next time. If you'd like to contact Adapt to It, they are conveniently located right here in Laguna Woods on El Toro Road. You can stop in to check them out or give them a call at 949-457-1600. Stay with us because Sports Corner with Cole Young is up right after this.
Did you know that tinnitus or ringing in your ears can be a sign of hearing loss? Hi, I'm Dr. Gabby Rodriguez, one of the audiologists here at Amazing Hearing. Contrary to what many doctors may tell you, tinnitus can be helped and often eliminated.
I'm a doctor and I thought I'd have to live with the tinnitus, and my hearing has gone from loud tinnitus to no tinnitus in a week and a half.
Call us today for a free consultation. Amazing Hearing, the hearing and tinnitus experts.
Happy Friday, everyone, and welcome back to this week's episode of Sports Corner. I hope you enjoyed the special 100th episode last week, and we have a lot to catch up on this week. I'm Cole Young, and I'll get right to it. First and foremost, it's officially that time of year. The NCAA March Madness tournament has officially begun. The round of 64, which is the opening round of the tournament, kicked off yesterday and continues through today. The tournament began with number 9 Michigan State handedly beating Mississippi State 69-51. Following that, in their first tournament appearance since 1977, Duquesne University upset BYU in the first major upset of the tournament. If you're watching the morning broadcast of this show, there are several matchups to watch today. Right about now, FAU and Northwestern are tipping off. At 9:40, we'll get the matchup of Baylor and Colgate, and our local SDSU facing off with UAB at 10:45. The most important games today will obviously be the number 1 seed teams, with number 1 Purdue taking on Grambling at 4:25, number 1 UConn playing Stetson at 11:45, and number 1 Houston opening the tournament with Longwood tonight at 6:20. The 4th number 1 seed, UNC, beat number 16 Wagner yesterday. Tomorrow, all 32 teams that won either yesterday or today will move on to the next round and fight for a spot in the Sweet 16. Full disclosure, I've never been very great at filling out a March Madness bracket, although I did predict Duquesne's upset yesterday. Anyway, for fun, I figured I'd share my Elite 8 teams. We can see how accurate my picks are on next week's show. So here are my predictions for the final 8 teams that will remain in the tournament. UConn, Iowa State, Houston, Kentucky, Purdue, Arizona, Texas, and North Carolina. The teams I have a feeling might upset some people, and by some people I mean me, are Gonzaga, Tennessee, Baylor, and Marquette. Like I said, next week we'll see how close I was, and fingers crossed. Next week, I'll make my prediction for my national champion. For the women's bracket, the madness tips off today. The first matchup of North Carolina and Michigan State tipped off just about an hour ago. The teams to watch for the women's bracket are last year's champions LSU, and the 2 SoCal teams, USC and UCLA, and of course, the Iowa Hawkeyes led by Caitlin Clark. Local team UCI made their way into the tournament as a 13 seed and will face off with number 4 Gonzaga tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. ESPN gives UCI just a 3% chance to win, but literally anything can happen in these tournaments. Here are my predictions for the Elite 8 teams that I believe will be fighting for a Final Four spot in the women's bracket. USC, UConn, Gonzaga, NC State, South Carolina, Oregon State, LSU, and of course, Iowa. March Madness is called Madness for a reason. No-name schools, like Duquesne, upset historically dominant programs, small schools and players become household names, and all the craziness happens over a period of just about 2 weeks. For the men, the March Madness tournament concludes with the NCAA championship game on Monday, April 8th at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. The women's championship game will be on Sunday, April 7th at Rocket Mortgage Fieldhouse in Cleveland, Ohio. Be sure to watch as much college basketball as you can over these next 2 weeks because these games are some of the most electric, emotional, and entertaining events in all of sports. Before all the madness of basketball started, the NFL had its own period of insanity. The free agency period opened up, and it was an absolute whirlwind this season. This upcoming season, there's going to be dozens of new faces on new teams. So I figured I'd give a rapid-fire recap of who's headed where. I'll go position by position and tell you where the biggest names are now, and naturally, I'll start with the quarterbacks. The NFL world was rattled when Kirk Cousins signed a 4-year, $180 million deal with the Atlanta Falcons. Russell Wilson was released from Denver and signed a 1-year deal with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who also traded the Bears for Justin Fields, completely throwing a wrench in the NFL quarterback market. But the Bears are now poised to take a quarterback first overall in the draft since Fields is officially gone. To replace Cousins for now, the Vikings signed Sam Darnold but could draft another quarterback. Baker Mayfield signed a 3-year extension to stay with the Buccaneers. Drew Lock, who was a part of the Russell Wilson trade, left the Seahawks to join the Giants. While the quarterback carousel was pretty wild, the running back movements might be even crazier. A large portion of the league's top ball carriers are heading to new teams. Saquon Barkley is leaving the Giants to join the rival Eagles, who will be replacing DeAndre Swift, who's now in Chicago. Josh Jacobs departed Las Vegas to be part of the Packers' young offense, and to make room for him, the Packers released Aaron Jones, who signed the division rival Vikings. And to make room for him and to complete the weird running back free agent cycle, the Vikings released Alexander Mattison, who then signed with the Raiders. Those three pulled an odd kind of switcheroo. And to top that, Derrick Henry announced he's joining the Ravens, who will now have the most stacked rushing offense in the NFL. Tony Pollard is headed to Tennessee, Austin Eckler is now a Commander, Joe Mixon was traded to Houston, and a lot of solid running backs are still yet to sign. In the wide receiver department, most of the top free agents either re-sign with their current team or haven't yet signed. But there's still a few notable transactions. Gabe Davis signed a deal with the Jaguars. Hollywood Brown is now yet another weapon for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Darnell Mooney will join Kirk Cousins in Atlanta, and Calvin Ridley is leaving Jacksonville for Tennessee. Jerry Jeudy was traded from Denver to Cleveland, where he just signed a pretty big 3-year extension, and the Chargers traded their career receiving leader, Keenan Allen, to the Bears. There have been an insane amount of signings and trades on the defensive side of the ball, so I'll cover the major ones. Dolphins defensive lineman Christian Wilkins will play as a Las Vegas Raider after signing a deal for 4 years and $110 million. Ravens linebacker Patrick Queen will join the Steelers defense. Safety Justin Simmons was released by the Broncos and has yet to sign anywhere. CJ Gardner-Johnson is rejoining Philly. Kevin Byard is headed to the Bears, and Jordan Poyer will be playing in the Miami secondary. There are literally hundreds of other player movements and trades and signings, but it would take me literally days to go through all of them. There's still some big name free agents out there, so I'll keep you updated as they continue to sign. Switching to the other football, I mentioned the other week that the U.S. women's national team was headed to the Women's CONCACAF Gold Cup final to square off with Brazil. On March 10th, the U.S. won the Gold Cup with a 1-0 win over Brazil in front of a home crowd of over 31,000 fans in San Diego. A goal from team captain Lindsey Horan in the final moments of the first half was just enough to clinch the victory and for the U.S. to claim its 15th all-time title at a CONCACAF championship tournament. The crowd was the largest ever for a CONCACAF women's event hosted in the United States. The USA finished the tournament with 15 total goals, led by forward Jaden Shaw, who scored 4 times throughout the tournament. Shaw earned the Golden Ball Award, which is given to the best player of the tournament. Goalkeeper Alyssa Naher earned the Golden Glove as the best goalkeeper after she earned 4 shutouts in her 5 starts and cemented her place in history with her 3-save performance in the penalty shootout against Canada in the semifinal that I mentioned 2 weeks ago. The U.S. women will next compete in the She Believes Cup, which starts with a match against Japan on Saturday, April 6th. The F1 season is off and racing, and the 3rd race is this weekend. As a surprise to literally nobody, Max Verstappen has won both of the first 2 races, with his Red Bull teammate Checo Perez coming in 2nd place for both races. Ferrari has come in 3rd for both of these 2 races, with Carlos Sainz earning a spot on the podium in the 1st and Charles Leclerc in the 2nd. This weekend is the Australian Grand Prix, and because it's in Australia, the race will be at 9 p.m. Pacific time this Saturday. MLB spring training is wrapping up, and opening weekend starts next Thursday, but until then, enjoy all the college basketball you can. If everything I just said about March Madness doesn't sound appealing to you, then there's still NBA, NHL, F1, and so much more to enjoy this weekend. including the Hogue Classic Golf Tournament, which started on Wednesday this week and will continue at the Newport Beach Country Club throughout this weekend. So, like I said, there's more than enough sports to enjoy and to hold you over until next Friday's episode of Sports Corner. Be sure to come right back next week for more news and updates and to see how accurate I was in my basketball predictions. I'm Cole Young. Enjoy the first weekend of spring, and I'll see you next time.
Welcome to Laguna Woods Dental Care, where exceptional service meets the residents of Laguna Woods. Dr. Mohsen Mahmood is a proud graduate of USC's Senior Dental Care Program and a published author. He has been serving the Laguna Woods community for over 20 years. Located right outside Gate 3, our team of expert hygienists provide personalized care for every smile, ensuring your smile remains bright and healthy. Take a look at our new monthly specials. We are located upstairs, and there are elevators for easy access. Call to schedule your appointment today.
Welcome back. It's time to take a look at today's movie here on Village Television. Today's movie is The Lincoln Lawyer, starring Matthew McConaughey. It's being brought to you by Pacific Financial Planners. Showtimes are at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without subtitles. And this is about a lawyer working out of his Lincoln Continental who lands a big case defending a playboy charged with attempted murder. But he begins to believe his client may be guilty of more than just one crime. And let's take a look at announcements. If you're catching this airing of ThisDay right now at 9 a.m., then you still have time to head over to St. Nicholas Church, Catholic Church, for the Holy Mass today at 11 a.m. And now taking a look outside at the weather, the fog is clearing up, but today it's going to be mostly cloudy skies with a high of 68 and a low of 54. Going into the weekend tomorrow on Saturday, it'll be cooler and mostly cloudy and a 70% chance of rain in the afternoon. On Sunday, there's a 50% chance of showers with thunderstorms also possible after 11 a.m. On Monday, the rain clears out and it'll be mostly sunny. On Tuesday, it'll be sunny to partly cloudy and cool. Taking a look ahead on tomorrow on ThisDay, we have the Village Breeze update and the Old Pros have an upcoming show to tell you about. And if you're looking for something to do this weekend, tomorrow on Saturday is the Swallows Day Parade in San Juan Capistrano. The parade starts at 11 a.m. and after the parade, a lot of the restaurants in the area have bands playing all throughout the day and well into the evening. It's crazy, a lot of fun. My kids, when they were little, they were going to school at Mission Basilica School attached to the Catholic Church there in San Juan Capistrano. It's right on the parade route, and so they were participants in the parade for many years, and they were in kindergarten, were little swallow birds in the parade. And I remember going there even before I was married and having children and thinking, wow, this would be so cool to be involved in, never knowing that one day my kids would be in it. So these days though, I don't bring the kids because it's way more fun to go out with the adults and watch the bands, and it's a really good time. So if you've never been, I encourage you to go and check it out. That's it for ThisDay. I'm Bobby Higgins. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Do you suffer from low back pain? Hoag Orthopedic Institute is the #1 provider of orthopedic and spine care in Orange County. Our Back to You program is a unique, non-operative, evidence-based approach to treating low back pain. Our spine strengthening program combines physical therapy with education on pain and nutrition. Let Hoag Orthopedic Institute's Back to You program get you back to doing what you love. For more information, visit hoiexperts.com/spine or call 855-999-4641 to find a doctor.